Thank you for everyone who is tuning live to our new ORDCast format. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Bear with us as this is something new for us, and I'm hoping that it works out well. And hope you guys enjoy the show, and we'll get on with it.
Beginning transmission.
Live from the bridge of the Republic command ship, the Ordelian, and orbiting the space around Carrick Station, welcome to the ORDCast.
Old Republic Dads! Must have been thinking this is gonna be Okie Days!
A podcast for players and fans of Star Wars The Old Republic and members of the Old Republic Dads Guild, located on the Shadowlands server.
Alrighty, and go.
Today is Sunday, April 8th, and welcome to ORDCast 24, the Remodel. With me tonight is Chris Blueheart.
What's up, everyone? I'm doing great. Doing wonderful.
Got your mug out there for everybody to see.
Yes, I'll hold it up for you guys.
And Scuba Steve. Steve, how are you doing this evening?
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful.
Good. Cash Mike.
Good evening, younglings.
Young ladies.
Hi, Daddy.
Daddy, I didn't get my Easter basket today.
Well, you weren't in this house. This house is filled with Easter.
And not with us today is Lynn. He is very lucky on vacation. Okay, well, let's get started with this. Cash our comlinks.
And 1 second. And all right.
Incoming transmissions.
Oh, you, bro.
All right. For the comlink tonight, it's going to be very short. We've had a relatively busy couple of weeks, and although it seems like there's been a lot of stuff going on in game, there hasn't been a whole lot of news to come out other than just some general reminders. So anyway, as we're always pushing for our members to visit our forums, please do so. There's a couple of reasons to do so over this last couple of weeks. We have the Guild Information Center has had a couple of new threads put in there. Mainly, the biggest one is about the there's a new addendum to the Code of Conduct in regards to discipline. We were kind of bummed out about having to do it, but with a guild our size, it was kind of inevitable that we were going to have some issues pop up. And really, it's to protect our members more than anything. Just to reiterate that there's a process in case mistakes are made out there, and we can get the right message sent and make sure that that people are just really continuing to maintain the community the way that we want it to be. So, but it's gaming, and things are going to pop up, and things aren't going to go our way. And really, this is our outlet, so it's understandable that some of these issues are going to pop up, and we definitely have some flexibility, but we still have to have a process in place. So. Please take a look at the Code of Conduct because it has changed in regards to that. It's nothing really groundbreaking or anything that's going to make you pull your hair out, but it's up there, so take a look. We also have 3 new channels that were put in, and I'll just kind of go into the reasoning a little bit about it. One of our very astute members, who was one of the first to log in, is the one who originally put up our current ORD chat or current ORD channel. And we're really looking to get that back into the hands of this person. The member that has that is not in game right now. I believe she's in the middle of a move. So we were really looking to get the functionality of that back into the leadership's hands. So we have launched 3 new channels. The biggest one is ORD Chat, and that channel has been launched. Also, ORD Pals for the new Player Assistance League has been launched. And then also ORD Cantina has also been launched, which is a little more of an adult channel. So please visit the forums, and we can take a look. You can take a look at the reasoning behind it, and then also how to get into each of those channels, just so that you're not missing anything that's going on in chat. We've had a couple instances where there's been a couple of mistakes made. Not a huge deal, but please pay close attention when you're typing in the passwords and stuff. They've a couple of instances where they've been put up into general chat, and kind of a funny deal, but we just want to keep the infiltrators down to a minimum. So just please keep an eye on that. Another real big thing that we wanted to point out was all the work that was done from one of our members on our ORD wiki in response to the Datacrons. Graham has really done an excellent job of doing a video guide for every single Datacron in the game. So if you have an opportunity, please go to the ORD wiki. It's located on the top navigation bar on the website, and then go under Old Republic. There's two things. There's one for Old Republic Dads, and there's a link for the Old Republic. Click on that one, and then you'll be able to get to the ORD Datacron. They're amazing guides. So our thanks to him. Thank you very much for putting something like that together. That was a big undertaking, so thank you. The last thing on the comlink is if you are going to be absent for a stretch of time, we're really keeping close tabs on our roster and following the code of conduct in regards to membership, which is pretty darn lenient in the first place, but we really want to keep our community as active as possible. So if you are going to be gone for any stretch of time, it doesn't really matter what it is. Just let us know, let an officer know, and they'll get that message sent to the right people. And we'll make a note on the roster so that we don't end up inadvertently pruning you and then having to bring you back later. So, like I said, it doesn't matter what you're doing. This is your home. If you want to take a leave, take a leave. You're more than welcome to come back anytime you want. But just let us know if you're gonna be gone for over a month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Just
that includes binge vacations to Las Vegas, just so you know.
Right. Which typically you end up coming back with less money. But if you're going to go to Vegas, just play the ATM, because I always seem to win at that machine.
Yeah.
For at least a short amount of time.
Money always comes out.
Right. So, all right. And with that, that's it for announcements. Do you guys have any other announcements or anything that I could have potentially missed?
I can't think of anything. How about you guys?
None here.
Crickets. Okay, perfect. So let's pass it back to Kim.
Okay, and right now we will take a brief pause for a commercial from one of our sponsors.
Yes, and before we step into this commercial, you guys are familiar with Nar Shaddaa, my one of my hangouts I frequent, and there is a club there that is sponsoring this video or this new podcast format. And let's go ahead and give them a shout out. So here it is.
Years ago, the Queen of Clubs was born, and today the party is still going strong. Club Vertica, a 15,000 square foot palace where your every desire is catered to, has now opened its doors to the general public. Hollow dancers, Pazak, Twi'lek slave girls, Dejarik, all relax with a pitcher of our finest Mandalorian wine and take in the latest football match. Our bookies are standing by for when you want to make things more interesting. Club Vertica, on the promenade. Nar Shaddaa, be there.
Oh man, what a fantastic sponsor that we have there. So if you guys are in Nar Shaddaa, hop off the guild ship and give them a visit and tell them that Old Republic Dad sent you. If you mention Sunny Ravencourt, they'll give you a discount on your next order of blue milk. All right, and let's go ahead and pass it on.
Okay, next up is Chris with the Ord Spotlight.
What's up, guys? Well, we have a special treat for you tonight. We're going to go ahead and spotlight a key division for us moving into patch 1.2. That's going to be our Vault division. And as you guys know, guild banks are going to be coming here in patch 1.2. So Kim is here to represent our Vault division, but she's been in close contact with them, and So I'm going to go ahead and give her a short interview here and see what our Vault Division has in store for us. How you doing, Kim?
I'm doing good. Be kind.
Oh, I'm always kind. You know me.
Oh, yes.
I'll leave the gloves on this time. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm probably red now, so let me hide behind my giant mic. Anyway, so first question here. What has the Vault Division been up to doing to hold us over until we get Guildbanks? That was kind of a weird question, but let me say that again. To hold us over until we get Guildbanks, what has the Vault Division been doing?
Well, as Revel and Artemis and myself and several other officers that I've conscripted know, we have been accepting donations. We have been accepting, item donations and monetary credit donations and storing them on makeup characters on our accounts. So that's what we've been doing. We have a lot of stuff stored up. I think people are going to be surprised when they see that once the guild vaults go live, they're going to be basically full. But our members have donated a ton of items, and we're really excited for the guild vaults to get there so people can actually see it and we can actually get it out into their hands.
Yeah, definitely. With a guild as large as ours, I can't even imagine how many slots that you guys have filled up with all sorts of items and everything. But the next question here. Did you personally and the Vault Division do a little dance when you guys heard Guildbanks were coming in patch 1.2?
It wasn't really a dance. It was more of like a sigh. It was finally.
It's a sigh of relief and wipe the sweat from your brow.
Yes, I mean, we all knew that the guild vaults weren't going to be in at release, and so we were planning that ahead of time as to what we were going to do with that. And it's just, that it's finally here, 4 months after release. It's nice to finally have it. And, Cody's going to have to change his title now from the Vaultless Guild Director to the Vault Guild Director.
Nice. So, real quick, you'd mentioned Cody. Can you give us who's involved in our Vault Division? And what kind of things do they do? Or what titles, I should say.
Artemis Cody is the Ord Vault Director. He has 2 Vault agents underneath him, one of which is Revel, Dean, and the other one is Cywedge, Chris. And they are going to be becoming very, very busy. Let's just put it that way. They're going to have a lot of management to do and a lot of just keeping the vault in order. Because a vault with a guild this size, hopefully it won't become a full-time job for them. And that's the one thing that we're trying very hard to do, is to get the vaults set up in a system that is beneficial to the members, but also does not turn into a job for the officers.
Yeah, we don't want them getting burnt out. And, if you're a leader in a volunteer position, and sometimes it's easy to get burnt out when you're just slammed with a whole bunch of work and you don't even have time to play the game that you signed up to play. But so we appreciate you guys and everyone. If you see them in game, give them a shout out. They've been working hard for you all. Next question here. After you guys found out a more precise time when Guildbanks were coming, like when we heard they were coming in patch 1.2 and then that patch 1.2 would be coming in last month or this month, is there anything that you changed to start preparing for the upcoming event or Guildbank, knowing when it's coming?
Well, not really knowing when it's coming. The plans for the vault and what we wanted to do with it were already in place. There was a lot of specifics that we couldn't determine because we really didn't know anything about, how BioWare was going to implement them. When we really started tweaking things and making changes was when 1.2 went on the test server, and we were able to see screenshots of what was going on. And some things did change based on how BioWare was choosing to implement the Guild Vault. And those things that changed, we had to work through and figure out the best way to deal with it.
So you mentioned things changing. Can you give us an idea of what changed that you had to readjust your strategy for?
One of the things, and we kind of knew this was going to happen, but we were hoping for the best. because our guild is split between two guilds, we have to come up with a method that allows people that are members in Ord and Ord 2 to be able to see what's in the guild vaults, because there's stuff that's going to be stored in both of them, and there's no way, you know, there's not really any reporting tools, so we had to, make up some decisions as to what we were going to do outside of the game. And a lot of stuff was going to occur outside of the game just because there's no way inside the game for everybody to see what's going on in both vaults.
Okay, that makes sense. So, when patch 1.2 hits, what's the first thing that the Vault Division is going to be doing?
Pulling their hair out?
Yeah, other than pulling their hair out.
Well, the first thing they're going to be doing is actually getting the vaults purchased. You don't get a vault by default. You actually have to go in there and take the 600,000 and purchase it first. So in both Ord and Ord 2, the vault will be purchased, and then at that time they got to go through and set up the permissions on the vault. One of the things that BioWare has done is they haven't allowed the guildmaster to delegate any sort of authority for managing the guild vaults. So only the guildmaster can set this up.
Okay.
So there is going to be a pause. There's going to be, it's not going to occur. You're not going to patch to 1.2 and log in and click on that tab, click on the new guild vault, and it be there. That's not going to occur.
It's probably going to take, how long would you think? A night or two?
Yeah. I mean, definitely at least a couple days.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everything is set up correctly. And so we ask that all the members be patient with that.
Definitely.
Because it's just going to take some time.
So, this question isn't in there in the notes, but since we have two guilds, we have our Old Republic Dad's Guild and then the sister guild, Ord 2, our Overflow Guild. How are we going to use both banks accessible to both guilds, or how does that work, having two guilds and two guild banks?
Well, one of the things that's going to happen is the first tab in each of the guilds is going to be a free-for-all tab. So free-for-all.
That's
what
going to be fun.
Call it.
Yard sale tab.
The yard sale tab. Yeah, you feel free to jump in here too, guys, anytime you want to.
Basically, it's kind of going to be unmoderated in that anybody can put anything into it and anybody can withdraw from it. Okay? We would hope that people wouldn't start throwing in level 1 white weapons, because seriously, you should just vendor that stuff. But if you put anything in there, then anybody can take it. And there's not going to be any, if someone puts something in there and then they wanted it for someone else, but someone else got it first, you know what? Send it to them via an in-game email. It's basically going to be a spot for people that want to just put some stuff up there if people want it. Now, the one thing that is going to occur is that if the guild fills this thing up, the vault people aren't going to be monitoring this 24/7. They will get to cleaning it out when they get to cleaning it out. So if people fill it up fast with junk, then it's going to stay filled up with junk. So that's just, that's going to be an interesting one. We'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah, this is going to be trial and error, I think, a little bit until we figure it out.
And there's probably going to be some changes that occur based on, you try to think of anything that members could possibly want or that could possibly occur, and you're not going to come up with everything.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to come up with everything, and things always change. You can prepare as much as you want, but you're never going to have the final result.
Right. The other thing too that you don't truly consider is the human factor, because there's people want different things. They're going to view each one of these new features in their own different little ways. So they're going to be there's going to be some people who don't understand the system, who don't care to. They just want what they want, and they want it now, and that's something that we can't plan for. And that's really I think when Kim says please be patient, I think that's a big point, because people don't realize how busy this part of the of guild leadership is going to be, especially with this many members. As soon as that thing comes out, give it about a week, and people are going to start saying, "Hey, I need to get this, or I need to get that, and how do I get this, and how do I get that?" Well, people are just going to have to be patient until a true system is really in place, and just be nice about it, please.
Yeah, I mean, we have an idea of what might work, but we never know. It might not work, and then we'll be tweaking it, and that's just how it's gonna occur. Another thing to mention is that if anybody has read anything about the abilities that are inside the guild vault, there is the ability to repair and respec from the guild vault. That's not going to be active.
Okay, you're saying it's not going to be active, or it won't be on when it comes out.
It's not going to be activated.
Okay. Yeah.
What it is the ability for members to go there and use guild funds to respec their characters or repair their characters. We have 800 members. That's just it's not something that we can handle. So that won't be active.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, last two questions here. Is there anything the guild that can do to help the Vault Division once patch 1.2 drops?
The most important thing is be patient.
Definitely, yeah.
And the second thing is that once the guild is up, that first tab, members are going to be able to donate at that time. So they'll be able to donate credits at that time. So if anybody wants to donate, then as soon as that is up, they can do that. But please be patient in regards to everything else.
Or you could directly send your credits to Blueheart. That also works.
Yeah, Blueheart's not part of the Vault Division. So
right.
That's our secret. You're not supposed to tell on me.
Hey, Kim, if I could just interject right here real quick too. Another thing for folks to consider along with those donations is just how expensive it is going to be to open up all the guild tabs. What kind of information do you guys have about that? I have a little bit of information from the summit, but I think at this point there's probably been some more information that's been put on the table by BioWare that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, the first slot is 600,000. Second is 1 million. I might get this wrong. I know the first four all total are 7 million. So it's like 600,000, 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million. Then the fourth tab is 7 million. The fifth tab is 7 million. The sixth tab is 15 million, and the seventh tab is 30 million.
Holy cow.
Yes.
That is
Wow.
outrageous.
That's what I've heard. So it's basically a total to get all 7 slots in one guild, not both guilds, just one guild, is 60 million.
Holy cow. And that's so 120 million for both our guilds to have full bank slot.
Correct. That's a lot of millions.
We better get busy, man. Let's open up the Ord sweatshop and get those credits pumping.
That's a lot of dailies, isn't it?
You figure this: if we have as many active members as we have, if everybody puts in about 100K, we can get all those slots opened up.
No, that's very true. And again, I want to reiterate this because this has been discussed on the forums. Members are not required to donate. Members who do donate, there is not a required amount. If what you can afford is 10 million, woohoo! If what you can afford is 10,000, awesome. Everybody has a different play style, and no matter how much you support the guild, it's beneficial.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and just to real quick, Jada Hutt in the Twitch channel in our chat mentioned that we need a guild tax in the game. That is definitely something that they mentioned at the. In fact, they were surprised they had forgotten about that, and it wasn't in the game, and they took notes on that when we had suggested it. We brought that up a good amount of time before launch about guild tax, and we got a lot of yeses and a whole lot of nos, just about the same amount. We were about a 50-50 split on how people thought, and that's a percentage, even a really low percentage. So I think even if that's implemented into the game, that'll be something that we definitely have a vote on and go from there, because we hate to, people hate paying taxes in real life. And we don't want to come into a game and have to pay taxes too.
Hey, as long as we get a W-4 form, at the end there.
Yeah, this is the worst part, though. You're not getting any returns back, other than a place to put your
Legacy
stuff.
children, time to pop them out.
Right. So anyway, it was definitely brought up. But thanks for bringing that up and reminding us of that, Jada.
Sweet. Well, real quick, him. We're running out of time for this segment, but the last question I have here, if you can answer it real briefly, what types of items are we storing in the guild vault?
Okay, we'll be storing green, blue, purple crafting materials. Those are any of the ones you gather, run missions for, grab from ops, flashpoints, crafting boxes, etc. Crafting schematics, mission discoveries, vendor crafting materials, and there's going to be limited purple and orange gear.
Okay.
Limited is the key word there.
Limited.
Yes. If
Sweet.
stuff doesn't stack, it's going to be limited.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. There's only so much room.
Correct.
So do you foresee a lot of in and out traffic on the guild bank, or is it going to be more static?
No, our hope is that things come in and turn over quick. That's what we want. I mean, these items are for our guild members, so we want the stuff coming in. We want new stuff coming in, and the other stuff going out to our members to get it in their hands so they can do what they want to do with it. So we don't want to be like keeping stuff in there for long periods of time. We want it out in their hands.
Yeah. It's going to be like the pickup truck pulling it up to the black market corner and holding up the TV and yelling out, "Okay, TV, 400. Okay, you go."
Have ourselves a swap meet.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's everything that I had for this segment. I really appreciate you coming on and representing the Vault Division here, Kim, and doing this little interview. And I'm going to go ahead and do the bumper for our roundtable segment and pass it on to Steve.
Incoming transmissions.
And go.
Okay, this week's round table for episode 24. We were trying to figure out, we thought about going more into detail of some of the changes in 1.2, but it would take a heck of a lot of time to try and go over really into detail. So we're just going to kind of discuss about what we like to, or what we're looking forward to the most and the least, at least for all our hosts here, and anybody in chat is welcome to participate as well. First off, we're going to start off with PvP changes in 1.2. Like I said, just about everybody has read the notes by now. Should be at least decently well versed, those especially in PvP. So, Mike, what changes are you looking forward to the most or the least, or if you are even well versed in the PvP notes?
I'm not a huge, well, put it this way, I wasn't a huge PvPer until really I rolled my trooper, and I've been pretty much exclusively PvPing him quite a bit. So now I've been paying real close attention to it, and I think probably one of the biggest things that I'm really looking forward to is the matches, the rated matches. It's going to be a blast to be able to get in there with your friends and just have a blast with them and see where you stand with everybody else, and especially with how good our guild is with PvP and with the chatter that there's been out there. I'm really looking forward to watching some of our more experienced PvP groups go in there and just kick the crap out of war zones. I'm really excited to watch it.
It's gonna be nice.
So, yeah, that's one of my biggest things that I'm excited about. The other thing is too is sometimes I just like to get in and I don't really have a whole lot of time to group up with folks. So when you do find that time to group up with folks, it's nice to not have to re-queue with people or to regroup with people right after the war zone is finished. So that's going to be a real nice thing that they're going to leave in there too, is the fact that you don't have to re-queue once your war zone is completed. So
yeah. How about you, Chris?
Oh, at 1.2. There's so much information in that patch, but I guess the things I pulled out of it the most, or that I was the most happy about, probably a lot of people are on the same page here, but custom UI, huge thing for me. I love moving stuff around, making it the way I want, just to give me that much more edge in PvP or PvE. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also looking forward to the PvP changes. I'm really enjoying seeing that BioWare is really noticing that their PvP community is a lot larger than they thought it would be originally, and they're putting more priority and investment into that PvP area by making the system more streamlined and really listening to the community fan base on the different things that they want, and taking action to change things and make it better. You know, they're redesigning Ilum. That takes a lot of humbleness to swallow your pride and say we didn't get it right the first time, and to go back and make it better. So BioWare is revisiting the PvP badge system, adding in ranked war zones, and just making this a lot better PvP experience for everyone. Looking forward to that. I do play a lot of PvP. Right now I'm short on time, so when I do get into game, that's probably pretty much all I do right now. But after that, ship customization, you know, looking forward to purchasing things and adding it to my ship. I would say that would be ranked 1, 2, 3 for me, and then legacy system right after that.
Gotcha. How about you, Kim? I know you just started getting into PvP recently.
Yes, it's been something new for me over the past couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. You know, I don't really know. I mean, I know my class is changing a bit. You know, I know there's going to be some other things that are changing. I don't really pay too much attention to it. You know, I'm the one that giggles when she PvPs. So
I've been in the channel.
you know, I find it vastly amusing. I don't get upset about it or anything. I just, you know, I see people doing stuff and I laugh at them. You know, be like, haha, you think you can kill me? I'm going to make you work to kill me.
That should be your tagline, Kim. I giggle when I PvP.
Nice.
Yeah, I should change that, shouldn't I? I have to say though, with the stuff I've read, and again, I don't really, you know, some of it I understand, and some of it I read it, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But I actually am excited about two things. I really am. One is going to require me to roll a Sith Inquisitor, because the PvP gear for the Sith Inquisitor, and I know this makes me like really freaky, but is totally freaking awesome looking. And that'd be the new gear for them. And then the second thing I'm excited about is it's PvP related, but it's also related to Legacy, and that is the barehanded fighting itch you can unlock. I actually think that's going to be fun.
Nice.
For dueling, yes.
Yeah, in fact, I think we have already been discussing another type of tournament where we're going to be doing the new skills dueling. So keep an eye out for that as well. But
Naked
as
dueling
for me,
in Tatooine.
Yeah,
I know, huh? Naked dueling, barehanded.
It had to go there.
As for me, I haven't been a big PvPer, but I stepped up in the Mandalore tournament just for the heck of it. I had a lot of fun. I do jump in war zones from time to time. I have a lot of fun with that. But I'm really looking forward to, and I know a lot of our guild has gotten really heavy in PvP, doing very well with our pre-mades, doing very well. I mean, we've gotten a name for ourselves enough to where people are calling us hackers and all these kinds of things. So ranked war zones are going to be a really big deal. There's going to have them for both solo and for group type rankings. The new Warzone, adding another Warzone in there just to change things up, another same faction, plus they're making Void Star same faction type competition as well. The ranked Warzones are the top thing for me, though. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Hey, Kim, I have a question for you real quick.
Yes?
I know a couple episodes ago you mentioned that you don't PvP, you wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot pole, but lately that's a lot of what you've been doing.
Yes.
Have you taken the pole out of the equation and given it a little poke? Or have you jumped in both feet? Come in, Kim. The water's nice. Jump on in.
The water's nice. Well, without taking up too much time, the whole reason why I started doing it is because I was playing a healer and I was always over-leveled. And I'm like, I can't really learn this class being over-leveled in everything that I'm running.
Yeah.
So Ibasha suggested to go do PvP, and it was scary as hell. Trust me, those like first couple of days, I did not want to be in there, but I forced myself to stay in there, and I was like sucking at everything and hutball. I can't even tell you how many times I died in the freaking fire, or the acid. I'm sure everybody was looking there going, "Oh, freaking A, who is this Piper person?" Oh my gosh.
Nice.
But it got fun, didn't it?
It did get fun, and I think a lot of it is that, the people that you group with makes a big difference.
Yes,
the
very
people you
much.
go into there with make a big difference. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the other thing that makes a giant difference is voice chat. If you don't have voice chat and you're trying
But that's
to...
cheating.
Oh, yeah.
You're
That
hacking,
is
Cash.
cheating.
Don't
If you don't
hack.
have voice chat and you're not operating with other people in real time, it makes it really difficult to send messages because you have somebody in a one-on-one or a two-on-one duel with somebody in the middle of a war zone. They can't look up and see what directions are really until they're dead up in chat. So, when you have somebody kind of directing the fight or a couple people telling you, hey, this is what it looks like over here, this is what it looks like over here, it really makes a difference in wins and losses. So it's funny that you bring up the thing because I'm seeing a little bit of stuff in chat, and then I just figured it'd probably be a good idea for all of our listeners who are not affiliated with our guild. We have had some folks out there on the Empire side accuse a few of our members rather openly about hacking, and I'd just like to add in a couple of my 2 cents, which is really the sentiment of our entire guild. We do not hack. There is no way. We are just very organized. We work at this stuff. Our groups that are within war zones, I mean, they group with each other every single night. They know the war zones very well. They work together very well. Yes. And the other part is, here's the thing. Having been to the Guild Summit, having seen what the team is over at BioWare that watches for stuff like that, for exploits and hacks and all that stuff, they are on it all the time, and they will jump on you immediately. That's part of the reason why you don't see a lot of credit spammers and credit farmers within the game, is because they are on top of it. So if you can imagine, if one of our members was hacking, not only would they be banned immediately, but I guarantee you our guild leader, with BioWare knows our guild leader pretty well, would be contacted immediately, and nothing of the sort has happened. So, I hate to say some people are being sore losers out there because we really want to have a good, solid community and good relationship with all the people we play with. But you know what? We're not hacking. Our people are just good, and I'm not lumping myself in there, but there's some guys that are extremely skilled at PvP, and Chris is one of them. I've seen him just killing it. But so for what it's worth, I think words can't be worth anything when you don't know the people. But we don't hack; we just do well.
Yeah, Garar here in the raid call chat says it quite nicely. We destroy, we don't hack. But I will say, there's this one member. His name is Salad Jar, or Silas Salad Jar. Yeah, he's questionable. I'll just throw that out there. No, I'm kidding, man. I love you.
Sla Jar.
Sla Jar. No, his real name is Silas Jassar.
He's really Silas Jassar, but
he's cool.
Not to take up too much time, but just to give a little history on the Salad Jar nickname. It's actually from when we played the name that shall not be mentioned. We had a couple people that we had a very small group play together, and we had a small guild that we just tight-knit group. And one of the guys would always call him Salad Jar because he would always slip up and say it incorrectly. So he just said Salad Jar. I can remember that, And so he always used to call him Salad Jar. And it's been me and Sarastro's main quest in moving into this game and with this community to get that name stuck to him again. So it officially has. Deuces is even proclaimed it that from now on he's to be known as Salad Jar.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet.
But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic for the round table, is the crafting changes for 1.2. What changes are you looking forward to the most or the least? Mike, go ahead and start this one off again if you don't mind.
Yeah, not a problem. This is going to make me sound like the biggest noob, but Kim knows. She knows where I'm at with crafting. I am what you would call a hoarder and one that picks flowers. I do this. I have 3 gathering professions on on all of my active tunes. I do not do any crafting, and actually when I roll my Jedi Knight, that is when I will be doing crafting. But as for right now, I'm a supplier. All I'm doing is supplying, and I'll be dumping a pretty large amount of stuff into the guild vault once it's ready, because I'm starting to get full. But I'd sound like an idiot trying to get out of a dark box if I tried to talk about crafting. So pass.
How about
That's
you,
not
Chris?
fair. So, crafting changes. I know there's a whole slew of pages of crafting changes. I haven't been in the game too much lately. I would say, for me, the biggest thing of note is they're improving the way gear crafting is working. It'll become more viable, and so you won't just see 90% of the people running around with either Artifice and Biochem. It'll actually, you'll see more arms tech. You'll see more
Synth weaver.
synth
and armor
weaving.
bags.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for helping me out there. Did I have that look on my face?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but just making more professions viable, I'm really happy about that. And there you go.
All right, and now to our crafting guru, Kim.
Oh, okay. There are so
Where to
many
begin?
that I will not even mention, 90% of them. I'm really excited for the changes to reverse engineering.
Yes.
I'm very excited for the fact that certain materials are not going to be bind on pickup anymore.
Much.
I am hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, because some stuff I'm kind of going to leave, I'm going to wait till I see it, that they're making crafting more viable at end game. But I'm really hoping that it doesn't change the crafting viability of leveling, because there is a viability there. A lot of people don't see it, but it is there. I'm hoping that the changes that they are making to orange crafted gear will not knock out the other stuff as well. So there's some stuff that I'm actually just going to be watching pretty closely, but overall I think they're making changes in the correct direction.
It's good to hear from a crafting expert.
Yeah.
I by no means am one.
After 1.2 hits and I sit there and pulling my hair out, we'll see what I say after 2 weeks. Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly. I kind of have the same kind of lookout on the orange moddable gear. It'll be nice to be able to pull out some of the in-game gear. Like, I'm only one piece away from being full Ricotta, and I know we have a lot of people that are almost in that same situation or getting there very soon. It'll be nice to be able to pull, say, take a chest piece, pull that armoring mod off, and still have that set bonus, and you can basically put on whatever armor you want and how you want it to look. Another benefit that's going to make it a little more viable is the fact that orange moddable gear, when you crit, makes an augment slot just like any other piece you craft. The only thing I see with that is, one person brought up a point, you're going to see a lot of people pulling mods like crazy, because especially if they crit on their armors, they're going to put that in so they can throw the augments on there and get a little bit more edge. Especially all your min-maxers are definitely going to do it. There's no question about it. I've been around them when I was a hardcore raider in WoW. Yeah, I went ahead and said it. And so you're going to have your min-maxers either in PvP or in PvE, both doing that same thing. So it's going to, I'm kind of the same way of want to see it to believe it and see how it's going to work out. Sometimes you just trial and error, and you got to see how it does, and if it doesn't work out, they'll maybe tweak it a little bit, but you've got to throw it out there and take a chance and see how it works. So yeah, put in a nice, Jenny. But Jenny's fussing me for saying the name that shall not be mentioned. But I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm thinking about doing some crazy stuff, something that's a little different on my Sentinel that doesn't make him look like a Sentinel. Maybe throwing some smuggler gear on him and throwing some of those deals on that. But it'll be curious to see how the economy is going to come out with the orange moddable gear, especially on critted with the augment slots. And that augments themselves are not going to be pure 29, the top critted ones are not going to be just 29 anymore. They're actually, from playing on the PTS, I've noticed that some of the ones I had are actually going into being, instead of a pure power, it'll be power and endurance, or crit and endurance, things like that. It'll be mixed stats. It won't be a pure stat augment anymore.
Nice. Real quick, Steve,
Yes.
Can you get closer to the camera so we can see what your shirt says?
Nico Montoya.
Hold on.
So what does it say?
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That's awesome, man. Nice.
I'm wearing my consular shirt.
Yeah, let's see ya. Nice.
All RMS on the bottom.
I'm doing the whole boring dress shirt thing. If you don't know, you
Ken's
can't.
a giraffe.
I could wear anything below my waist, and you guys will never know. So I'm wearing sweatpants and a dress shirt. Isn't that awesome?
Very fashionable.
You got all dressed up.
That's my little secret for tonight.
You didn't get all dressed up for nothing.
Nice. All right. So is that it for the round table then, there, my brother?
That is it.
All right. Real quick here, guys. I want to give a shout out to Old Republic Dads as a guild. A lot of you guys know I've been looking for a job lately. Kind of had a hardship come up with my previous employer, and I put it out to our community, and so many people stepped up and have been throwing stuff at me to help out. And I literally, within the first day or two, I had several PMs and quite a few replies, and just wanted to say thank you so much, guys, for all of your help. It's been much appreciated, and it has meant the world to my wife and myself. And that just shows you guys what Old Republic Dads is. It's a community, more of a family than fellow gamers. And we might have 800 plus members, but we're still here for each other. And if you guys need anything from me, give me a shout, and I'm there for you. That's all I wanted to say.
My boy, Blue.
That's appreciated.
You guys are my boys.
Man, you know what? There's
And
a
girls.
lot of compassion, a lot of love around here. So we're here for you, man.
Yeah, thanks. Little Mike Chris bromance. Shh.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Cool.
You know what I heard?
Yeah. What you got?
I think I heard a tube winding up.
Yeah, I think so. Hey,
Someone
Kim,
needs a flush.
who do we got this week?
Oh, who we got this week is Kondar.
Kondar.
is one of our guild members, and Kondar is wonderful. If anybody ever asks for anything, it doesn't matter whether you're on Ord Mantell, or you could be on Belsavis, or you could be on, Balmora. He's got a tune ready and waiting to go to help you out with anything. He will drop everything to go help anybody out.
He's done it for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a wonderful, wonderful man. But
So that said,
that being said, a couple of us, 4 of us, were, doing a cells, and he initiated the Naked Cells social runs.
nice.
Rules being, you must take off all of your gear and weapons, and you are only allowed to equip what you loot in a cells.
It's actually kind
Even the body type 4s?
Even the body type 4.
Man, imagine when body type 5 comes out.
Oh man,
Hellacious.
I want to see a video of that.
It's
I
quite
do not
amusing.
want to see a video.
Nice.
Some classes have no abilities they can use without a weapon. That's quite funny.
That is pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Sentinel.
The things
to
you
be
learn.
One in particular, I got to go up and punch a guy for 116 damage at level 50 until I got a saber, which Graham nicely, stole from me.
Nice.
But anyway.
So, for Kondar, we are going to stick him in the gun jettison tube this
All
week.
right.
But
We're gonna
for all of
flush
our
him, huh?
members, simply because he needs some gear, if you have any starter planet drop gears, go ahead and please send those along to him. Kondar.
Yes.
Hooray.
That's his name. That's how it's spelled. Find him in game. He needs some clothes. He needs to dress. No more of this nakedness. And so drop him some clothes. And everyone, you want to say goodbye to Condor, and we're going to flush him. Bye.
Bye,
See you later, bro. All right, opening up the tube. See you later, alligator. Oh, I love it. We love you. We'll pick you up on the flip side after we visit Narshada.
Yep, right.
All right, and he is flushed. You want to take us out here, Kim?
Yes. Does anybody else have anything they would like to add?
I think
Steve?
you're great.
Oh, Mike, you think I'm great? Oh, thank you.
I think you're
Keep
great.
saying that.
Yes.
That's what I do, positive reinforcement.
So the question is, what does he want here soon?
I got some ideas. No.
Nice.
Okay, Cash, anything else you would like to add?
No, I had a great time. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Steve, any closing words?
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
That's boring.
Come on, guys. What is this 2 week stuff?
He'll have a new shirt on.
Yeah, I'll have another cool shirt on. That's
So,
kind of my
is it
plan
required to
for
wear a
these-
shirt?
for these ORDCasts? Yeah, because we're required. To
No, I'm kidding.
And
but
Chris, any parting words?
What? Does that suffice?
Wait. Yes, you
wow.
have one, don't you?
No, much love and kisses. Mwah. Mwah. Love you guys.
Okay, I
that-
want to throw.
Hopefully that's not too weird for those guys out there. All right, shall we, Kim?
Yes. Thank you all
guess-
for joining us. It's been wonderful. With our new format, thank you for being patient with us.
Yes, indeed. And after we hop into hyperspace, stay tuned, and we'll replay our sponsor, and then yeah.
Out we go.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the command here, Kim?
I don't remember the command.
Take us into
It could be
hyperspace.
whatever you want it to be.
You were the leader of this ship.
Yeah.
Train wreck.
That's why you put a blonde in charge of the spaceship. I get it now. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
man.
since Kim just had a stroke,
Plan B, go, Mike.
take us into hyperspace.
All right, thanks, guys.
Sorry.
God.
Hold on to yourself. Here we go.
That was like an outtakes episode.
Thank you for joining the ORDCast crew on this week's mission. Follow the Old Republic Dads on
All right, we
Facebook
got the
and
outro
Twitter
playing, hang
at
on.
Old Republic Dads. Follow the crew members on Twitter: Kim at eJohnny, Cash at SW Lunatic, Chris at ORD2 Chris, Lynn at Leonard H. Brown, and Steve at Steve Bruning. Be sure to rate and subscribe to our bi-weekly episodes on iTunes and ordcast.podbeam.com. Check out our affiliates, Sonny's Diner Podcast at moseisleyradio.com and Old Republic Radio at oldrepublicradio.net.
Transmission terminated.
Alrighty, guys, and hang on here. One more shout out to our sponsors because they're so great, and they have the best Twi'lek dancers in the galaxy. Here we go.
Years ago, the Queen of Clubs was born, and today the party is still going strong. Club Vertica, a 15,000 square foot palace where your every desire is catered to, has now opened its doors to the general public. Hollow dancers, Hazak, Twi'lek slave girls, Dejarik, all relax with a pitcher of our finest Mandalorian wine and take in the latest football match. Our bookies are standing by for when you want to make things more interesting.
Interesting.
Club Vertica, on the promenade, Nar Shaddaa. Be there.
Hey, are you cool if I roll out? I gotta rock.
Yeah, bro. That is it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our live cast here. We had a total of 44 people tuning in. Much appreciated. Please give us your feedback on what you thought of the new format. Tonight, I will say there's a League of Legends IPL tournament going on that is broadcast on Twitch TV. They had 185,000 people watching. So that pulled a lot of latency from my stream since it's on the same server. And so if you were unable to access the chat room on Twitch TV, that would be why. But hopefully in the near future for our next podcast, that won't be a problem. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you in-game. Don't forget to send Close the Condor. It's Close the Condor fun, and we'll pick them up on the flip side. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks again.